and welcome back to my Jaybird. And this is the last one of this little mini series. And then we're going to start with another one, and then we're going to have all the big ones coming for you. Now, before I get started, I want to explain something to you. Most all my games, and when I first started, was the intent, the way I play chess. Yes, make no mistake that there's games that I have since I started this channel that I like, the memorization games, memorizing moves, trying to learn, be creative, memorize lines that to try to get better at chess. But the main thing is the way I play chess is what I'm trying to do. And it gets hard. Like, all remembering 1976, I don't use no arrows. And now there is some games I do try some other ways and other opening. There is other things there too, but the ones would I use arrows, I still try to play the way I would play if I could do it without making any mistakes. That's the point. I mentioned this before. And now there's games where I started it and I couldn't do it because there was no way out of it. You had to follow the continuation moves or you're just going to lose the game. It's forced lines. That's what it is. It's forced lines. So I couldn't go on the way I wanted to go. And some of the openings that I'm trying to do and perform and do end up forced lines. And you don't see a lot of this. You see these forced lines where you have to move here. If you don't, you're just going to lose the game. But that doesn't mean I should stop and forget about it because it ain't exactly the way I wanted to play, and then let the assistants do more of the playing than me playing with just and using the help of the assistants. No, it's not right. I got to let it go and let it be what it is, because it will help you that way too, because they can incorporate what they'll see, what I'm trying to do, how I play, and then what regular lines would be and what they're seeing and how oh yeah, this goes like this or that goes like that. Oh yeah, he's doing this, but that's not normal, or that or this, so, but most everything on this channel, most all of it is the way I'm trying to play chess. Yes, there's forced lines, and on these high programs, you're going to see a lot of forced lines that I can shed some light on it. And some games it's not the way I wanted to go. I'm not there just to choose arrows because it says to go there. I told you this before. Arrows did lie to me, and then arrows, I didn't want to do it that way. No, I want to go this way. I know this is going to work. I could see it on the board that it's clearly going to work. There's some things you can see, some kind of balance or whatever it is. I know it's going to work. It might be the longer way, but it's the way that, if you compare it to remembering 76 straight up with no arrows, you could see it. It's there. I'm there. Except using arrows, I try not to just take the arrows and go the way that I'm trying to go, the way that I like, what looks presentable and easy for me to do and to remember and do it. You see what I'm saying? Like, not to learn all this hard way. That's the whole purpose. You know what I mean? That's the way I play too. I could have a whole video on that about trying to separate the two from it. How I play with arrows and how I don't play with arrows. I'm not trying to use the arrows. Yes, to learn, you remember to learn, and there's different things you can learn, but I'm still trying to show you the way I like to play chess and how I play chess, except with assistance. So it cuts down on mistakes. Like my remembering one, yeah, a grandmaster or 2800 grandmaster is going to look at, yeah, well, it could have went like this and got you, and it could have went like that. Well, okay. But then when I use the arrows and then I'm doing it, I'm still I'm doing the same thing, except there's one or two moves that, and I have close games like that where it's like that, but you never see them because I end up losing, but it looks really good. And I go through a lot of work because of one stupid move somewhere. All right, but let's get to this one. I'm in white. And this is called Knight's Queen Standing, Donna's Bird Standing, 1 square Nightbird, Nightbird reversed, the Super Grandmaster 2900, game 70. Yes, and I did use the arrows. And we go D3, D5, D2, and we're starting there. There is the Knight's Queen Standing, 1, E5, G3. Now there's different variations. You've been seeing this. After G3, F6, G2, C5, H3, Castle, F1, and that's move 6, Knight 61, C6, D2, and there's your 1 square Nightbird complete, and also it's the Donna's Bird Standing at the same time. Now, after D2, E4, E3, takes D3, and see, I could have pushed this up sooner before I did anything else, and then I would have been passing. You see what I mean? I chose this way. That's actually technologically the harder way, what I just did there. But I'm trying things. I'm trying to see how I can work and learn, See, I'm playing like I normally play. You see the knights back here? This looks like crazy. Well, but like I said, normally I could have went up here and then I'd pass if he went, and then things would run. That almost, we're still looking right in our method way we play here. After D3, D3 takes, F5, D4, D6. See, I still got what I wanted anyway. C3, A5, A3, B5, G4, G6, E2. What is that? B4, D2, and there's your Knight's Bird reverse. The normal knight over the queen, the bishop over the king. This is another variation. After D2, E8, G3, D3, takes B4, takes G3, takes G3. See, now it's all forced lines. You see, I'm trying to move my pieces around here. Now this becomes forced lines, and this is the way it is. But it's still going to help you. It don't matter. After G3, D6, F3, takes B3, F2, E4, G5, and it's about defending everything. See, that's another thing, and then you just defend. He just can't come right down here and do what he wants. After G5, G2, takes E4, H4, B8, C3, C6, E2, B3, C1, A4, E1, E7, A3, B8, takes A4, F5, A6, E3 check, G1, D8, A3, takes A3, takes A3, and you can't believe how much you can, and I've seen it online, that they got to fight and do it. I'm actually ended up doing this on purpose. You guys end up getting like that because you just didn't know what to do and then turn the game around and win. You see, but that's not the whole goal of my theory. This is forced lines, ends up forced lines though. After that, F5, C2, D4, takes C7, E8, H1, D8, and you're gonna. I'm telling. Sooner or later, I'll keep this up. You'll understand what I've been trying to tell you in my videos, that how you move these pieces around the back. And even though it seems like, well, what are you doing? And it looks like you're losing and yeah, but you know what? If everything's defended right and you can move your pieces around, you're going to come out. Oh, I'm telling you, it works. After D8, H2, E6, takes E6, E6 takes, B4, E5, C6, D7, B6, D4, A6, D8. And you see, all because of all this, that you come down here and that you had all this and you thought you had all that, and doing everything. And then when all the smoke clears, now what? Now look at you. After D8, C7, and this is supposed to be a 2900. This is playing stronger than a 2900. Like I said, I can see and understand. I don't have to be a grandmaster to know what's going on here. I play enough chess. I played enough programs. I've seen enough programs play. I've seen enough grandmasters play. Look, come on. It's chess. After C7, H8, B7, takes G5, and then when I saw that, obviously there's something, it's not good. Takes G5, H5, G1, G4, E1, G8, F7, E2, B4, C4, G2, E4, F8, E2, F2, takes F2, takes F2, E3, E2, takes F8, B4, F2, E1, G8, takes D4, F7, takes E3, F8, C5, E8, A4, E7, F2, E6, A5, F7, C4, E7, A6, D6, A7, D2, E1, D8, C7, E8, takes G7, C8, and this is my way of picking my decision with the arrows, how to play the end game here, more likely, because the obviously program's got other ideas, but you've seen in my most all my videos, even with arrows and whatnot, I still just do things a certain way. After C8, takes H7, D8, G6, A8, B7. See, the computer don't do this. I'm doing it. I guarantee I'm doing this. This is my style. I could tell right now. The opening and beginning was, and then the end was me. But the forced moves I can't help. B7, C8, G7, C1, D2, C7, G8, E7, C7, F6, D6, F5, and F4, and that's game. All right, let's go back to the opening a little bit. Yes, I didn't push the D2 up, or D3. You know, that's... But I wanted to do it without it, and it's forced lines then. It becomes forced lines. Now, once I lock it, now I can play my lines. Oh, I mean, E3, I didn't push. See, now, I shouldn't even left to go that far. I mean, okay, he didn't push because there's not enough pieces developed. So it knows not to, there's a turning point. And probably after that castle, I probably should have just pushed up. Then no matter what he did, now I play my game. But I forced it to go this way. You understand? I just forced it. And now it's forced line. From here on out, it's forced lines. You have to play. This is the only way now. You got to just defend yourself the whole time. And now I know that. And see, and that's about prepping in the openings. You got. I'm gonna get that good yet. I want to get that good with prepping the openings. But see, this is different. This is not the king one. This is the queen pawn. You know, and when I should actually go up here, no matter what, after the castle. I don't think, well, maybe it's possible there's a way that this does this, but I'm not no grandmaster computer, but let's see it again real quick. I just want to show you the opening, how I think at this point, he goes at that point to push that pawn. Not even wait for that. And just, well, I had to, that's right, because of this. Yeah, so when he got here, all right, then I had to push the pawn. All right, there you go. Thanks for stopping by. And we're going to start another series. And thanks.